Hello, fourth graders. Before we actually start Chapter 7, which focuses on adding and subtracting fractions, I thought it'd be a great time to really start to review perhaps some skills you were taught in third grade, and also to preview some key vocabulary words that we're going to be utilizing in Chapter 7. Now, the first thing I want you to do is take a look at this first question here, where it says fractions equal to 1. Write the fraction that names the whole. Now remember, we are talking about what would be a fraction that would represent the whole pictured in number 1. Let's try it with number 2. How did you do? I hope you were successful. Let's take a look at our next challenge. Parts of a whole. Write a fraction that names the shaded part. Try number 3. Try number 4. Try number 5. How did you do? Are you remembering the skills that you had from third grade? Let's scroll down here. Read and write fractions. Write a fraction for the shaded part, then write a fraction for the unshaded part. And I do want to tell you that is one thing you must be very cautious about, because sometimes the question will ask you to name the unshaded part as a fraction. So let's try number 6. Let's try number 7. How'd you do? Hopefully we're zooming along. Let's take a look at this little problem here. Math Detective with Carmen Sandiego. Here's our question. The electricity that powers our appliances is converted from many sources of energy. About 5/10 is made from coal, about 2/10 from natural gas, and about 2/10 from nuclear power. Be a math detective about how much of our electricity comes from sources other than coal, natural gas, or nuclear power. Understand vocabulary. You do know that in order to be successful in math, math is a language, just like French and Spanish and English, and if we don't understand the vocabulary, then it's very difficult to understand the problems using that vocabulary. So let's take a look. It says write the word or phrase that matches the description. Here is our word bank here. You may use any of these words at any time to be able to answer the questions properly. Number 1, when the numerator and denominator have only 1 as a common factor. Number 2, a number that names a part of a whole or part of a group. Number 3, an amount given as a whole number and a fraction. Number 4, the number in a fraction that tells how many equal parts are in the whole or in the group. And lastly, number 5, a fraction that has a numerator of 1. I hope you guys were successful with my first attempt at a Zaption and that you had some success with answering the questions.